Okay guys, so I know I haven't made a video in a while, and I just got out of the shower and I read this post, so I just wanted to clear the air. So I posted on my personal Facebook that I saw someone riding a dirt bike holding a baby, and that kind of stuff sets me off. It drives me nuts. It was like a baby, it didn't have a helmet, they were on pavement, and I posted that it was just frustrating to see stuff like that, blah blah blah. And I've done that before about people like riding around with their babies not in car seats, and just that there's tons of people out there that would kill to have kids, and then these people aren't taking care of them. So I didn't say anything about that in this post. I just said it drives me nuts. Like, people are so stupid. And then I said at the end, I know, another post by the crazy infertile lady. And so I had someone comment on their Facebook. Clearly it was aimed at me. And she said, basically, I can't stand when people talk about being infertile, like when you've already had one kid. Which, I don't know if you've looked up what infertile means. But if you can't have kids, or having trouble having kids currently, that's called infertility. Doesn't matter if you got it after your 7th kid or your 1st kid, it's still infertility. And people with PCOS do that a lot. There's lots of people with PCOS that have one kid and then have trouble having the rest. But the biggest thing is, she said, you already have a family, so quit acting like you can't have a family. Some of us would kill to have one child. And she said, be grateful for what you have. And it just really ticked me off. And I'll tell you why. Obviously, let me back up. Obviously, infertility when you don't have any kids is worse. No one's denying it. No one's trying to beat you. It's a game. We don't want to win. We know it's worse. We can't do anything about your situation. But that doesn't mean infertility later is not bad. It doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt. It's not a competition. And it's not one anyone wants to win. So I don't know what this stigma is that if you're hurt about something or you desire something, it means you're ungrateful for what you currently have. That's not even how it works. I treasure my child. I don't even think there's any possible way I could treasure her more. I treasure every minute of this child's existence. I know what I have. I'm thankful for what I have. But what I didn't know that I had was PCOS, and I didn't know I had secondary infertility. So my whole life, I thought I was going to have a bunch of kids, and I just all I wanted to ever be was a stay-at-home mom and have a bunch of kids. And all I want for my child now, I've readjusted those expectations, but I just want her to have somebody to be a sibling, to share her life with now and as adult. Like, I love being able to call my brother and tell him stuff about our kids and stuff. I want her to have that. So it's so frustrating when, if you're upset about secondary infertility, someone has to act like you should just be thankful you have one kid. Well, that's not how it works. You don't just suddenly, someone has it worse, so you suddenly don't give a crap about your own life. So I'm sorry that you're not currently able to have a child. I'm truly sorry. I think that is the worst sentence. That would just, I even said before I had a kid that if I ever was told that I couldn't have kids, that would be the most devastating thing that could ever happen to me, because that's what I've always wanted to be. That's the only thing. I have no other dreams in life. I just wanted to be a mom, and a good mom. And I've always thought that. But me hurting for you and hating that for you isn't going to change anything. And you getting irritated because other people around you are hurting, even if your situation is 1,000,000 times worse, isn't going to change anything. And people hurting doesn't mean they don't appreciate their kids. I don't know what this stigma is. It's not a competition. It doesn't mean we don't appreciate our kids, but, just little things like, I was on vacation and this lady said, oh, is this your only kid? And I said, yeah, right now. And she said, please don't, right in front of my daughter, please don't let her grow up alone. She doesn't want to, it's just so lonely to share, not have your childhood to share with anyone. It's just, I wouldn't wish that on any kid, to grow up alone with no one to play with, no one to share their life with. My kid's eyes were big as saucers. She's already upset about it. She's already in therapy over it. She knows that something's missing. She realizes it. She sees everyone else with kids. So as a mom, all I want is to give my kid the best life. So to watch her ask us why she doesn't have someone to live with us, why she doesn't have a playmate, why she doesn't have someone sitting in the car seat, in the car beside her, why her friends have siblings, her cousins have to watch her at Disney World, watch siblings interact, and just kind of watch, and for her to say that she doesn't want to see babies because they make her sad because her baby went to heaven. All that hurts me as a mom. And that doesn't mean that what you're going through isn't 1,000 times worse than what we are going through. But it doesn't mean we can't be upset about it, and it doesn't mean that hurting for our child makes us ungrateful that we have one child. We are so grateful for our child. But to hear someone saying for my child about this lonely life she's going to have when she's already in therapy because she's so brokenhearted that she's not going to be a big sister, it's okay to be upset about that. I will never apologize for being upset for our situation because someone's situation is worse. That's like someone having inoperable brain cancer and being upset because somebody posted on Facebook that they have breast cancer, and the person with inoperable brain cancer says, you can get over that. Mine's inoperable. Yours can be, you can get yours taken off. You can get a mastectomy and just get boob implants. Your life will go back to normal. It doesn't mean it's not hard for that person to go through a double mastectomy and chemotherapy. That's still hard. Just because inoperable brain cancer is worse, it doesn't mean they're not valid. So I'm sorry that you're hurting, but downplaying everyone else's situation because yours is worse is ridiculous. Get over it. Well, not over it, but yourself. Other people can hurt around you. I don't even understand the thinking. And I know there's a crazy Facebook rant, and my hair looks crazy, and I look crazy because I'm ranting, but this is just such a huge pet peeve of mine. Support each other, or don't. Delete people off Facebook if they get on your nerves, or whatever. But we don't have to apologize because your situation's worse. It's still hard. It's just a different level of hard. It's just under your level of hard. And I'm sorry that you're struggling with first infertility. I can't even fathom it. There's no words to tell you how much I can't fathom it. I couldn't fathom it. I remember in high school thinking, I can never fathom what that would be like. But I can't do anything about it. And I'm not going to feel sorry for the way that me and my husband feel and our kid feels because you feel like we shouldn't get to say anything about how we feel because your situation's worse. That's not even how it should be, and that's not how it is here. So I'm going to go ahead and post this on my vlog so other people can see it. So maybe someone out there with first infertility will see this, and maybe have a change of heart. No one's trying to take away how horrible your situation is. It's horrible. I can't fathom it. We're not trying to downplay. It's terrible. But there's room for more than one hurting person in the world.